Today, we are joined by Janice Bayani, Director Legal at First National Financial LP. Thank you for joining us, Janice. Let's go back to the very beginning. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got to where you are today?
Thanks for having me, Sheila. Where do I start? I am a second-generation Canadian of Chinese-Filipino descent. I grew up in Scarborough with my two older sisters, my Chinese grandparents, and my parents. Unfortunately, for my late father, I didn't understand science and math very well, and so I pursued law. I went to law school at U of T. And as you may know, I was at Gowlings for a short period of time. I summered and articled there and completed my articles before I was called to the bar in 2006. Then I started a real estate practice at another Bay Street law firm. And I've been at First National now for going on 10 years this year. That's my story.
But while we're back in time, can you tell us, were there women who supported you along the way to help you succeed and to get to where you are today?
Yeah, I have two older sisters. They are 8 and 10 years older than me. And so going through school, certainly in university and then in law school, there weren't a lot of Asian female professionals that I was surrounded with. And so once I got into law school, and then later in practice, there still weren't a lot of Asian lawyers that I encountered. And so a lot of my network actually was my sister's friends. I would appeal to them for advice, and certainly my sisters, because in their own right, they're professionals. And, they would just help me navigate things because they were older than me and what to expect.
Well, having that trusted support network is so important. But let's talk about how you pay that forward a little bit. How do you support the young professional women in your network?
So early on in my career, I went to U of T Law School, and I was asked to be an alumni mentor. So when I was in private practice and at my current company, I was paired up with first-year law students that were going through the process of applying to Bay Street firms, whether it was for first year or second year positions. And many times I was matched up with female Asian students, and I would ask them questions, about what their intentions were and what their goals were, and if they had any female role models that were Asian or otherwise. And what I found was that they didn't. A lot of them didn't, or they were in different fields, and they could ask me, as I would ask my sister's friends, candid questions about what to expect in the practice of law, what to expect in business. And I felt that at least I could be candid with them, because who else are they going to ask? So I did that for almost a decade. And it was really rewarding, because then, much later, I see that I would have benefited from something like that when I was in law school. But
how do you think things have changed for women professionals? From your perspective, has there been any progress? And if so, how?
So, yes, I do think a lot has changed since I was a junior lawyer. My current company has had 2 female general counsels, only have had 2 general counsels, and my current boss is of Asian descent. So you're starting to see more and more companies promoting and celebrating women in senior ranks. You're also seeing the adoption and discussion of women on corporate boards and senior executive teams. And it just shows that women do have a different lens and voice to add to the discussion, a very meaningful one.
What is one piece of advice you would give to your younger self?
It's something I would tell my own kids and tell young people today. Speak up and be brave. This is how we make progress.
This year's theme for International Women's Day is Break the Bias. Are there any misconceptions or biases that you've challenged or that you wish you could challenge?
So I thought a lot about this year's theme. There's a lot of biases out there that I think still need work. But for me personally, something that I think I've had to challenge is being a working mom and wanting to have my career. And so, yes, I can do both. And I think young women need to know that you can have both. And it's okay to focus on your family. And it's okay to also be dedicated to your job, whatever that might be. You're always going to feel some internal pressure, and you might feel that peers are judging you. And I think that's the bias.
Janice, thank you so much for joining us today. I'm sure it's a story that will resonate with a lot of people, and we really appreciate your time.
Thank you so much for having me, and we'll break the bias.